Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a video today because I wanted to give you guys a little insight into my personal journey with fitness and why it means so much to me in my life, and perhaps what maybe some of you guys didn't know. I know a lot of you will have known me for a long time, and some of you will have only just started following me perhaps, but fitness for me is, and always has been, a massive part of my life. And as I get older, the more I realise how beneficial it is and how helpful it is in everything I do. I guess it starts back when I was a young child, when my mum raised us my brother and I, for the first sort of 10 years probably of our life as a single parent. And during that time, it probably would have been quite easy for somebody to realise you didn't go on as many holidays as the next kids, or you didn't go to as many after school clubs or whatever it might have been. But I never once thought about that at all. And I think I always had, as long as I had a football to kick around or something like that, I was happy, and it didn't matter that or on anything else. I had my friends, I was in a football team since I was 5, and that was enough for me. I was happy enough just playing sport, going to school and hanging out with my friends. And I think it would have been easy to realise, at that time, to focus on some of the other factors. I mean, my dad came into our life when I was about 12 years old, and I couldn't ask for a better family setup than what I've got right now. We're so close and I have the most amazing family, but to realise that maybe for the first 12 years of your life you didn't have that father figure or role model, it didn't matter. To me, it wasn't a problem, because I always had a coach or a manager or someone to look after me when I was a kid, and my mum did an amazing job as well, but I didn't miss anything. I always had somebody to look up to, and I was learning discipline, I was doing things like that when I was a young kid, because I had sport there to help me out. And then, moving on from that, when I was sort of growing up, and I wanted to be as good as I could be at everything, and I was probably one of the better people in my school at sport and at academics. But I remember one of my teachers saying to me that you're good, Terry, at a lot of things, but you're never going to be great unless you focus on something. And to me at that time, it was actually like a dig in my heart. It felt crap, because there was me, I'd always been really quite successful with sport because I'd always tried hard and I'd done it from an early age, and I hadn't ever really struggled. I was always doing okay with things. And then right at the point where I was 16, and I was fairly confident in what I was doing with myself, this teacher comes and says, do you know what, you are good, but you're not great, and you're not going to be unless you focus on something. And so then at the time I was like, okay, fine, maybe I should take his advice and do this. And so I then started to focus on learning I wanted to go into something to do with sport. I knew that, so I focused on my academics, and I focused on football at the time, just because that was the sport that I chose. I thought, I'm the best at the football, I'll see how far I can take it. And eventually I got injured with football, and my academics went on to the point where I went to university and got my degree. And at the end of that, I then didn't really know what I was going to do, and then I had this opportunity to get into the fitness industry as a personal trainer. And at the time I didn't know if it was going to be a long-term thing or a short-term thing, but I went for it, and to be honest, I went into it wholeheartedly, like I had with pretty much everything I'd done with my life. And at the same time, I had recently just got a girlfriend when I was sort of 21 as well, and for the next few years I just went for it, and I put all of my energy into that. It helped me get through the crap period I got injured with my knee, so I couldn't play football, and the fitness kind of gave me a bit of a focus that I didn't have to, I missed sport so much when I couldn't play football and I couldn't do anything, and I was probably miserable and horrible to be around at times because I hated not being able to play football and not being able to do sport. And then once I was able to start training again and I was able to get in the gym, it gave me that focus and it enabled me to become a bit happier because I was able to get through that period. But more than anything, like, the times it's probably helped me the most was when I've broken up with girlfriends over the years, and ultimately, like, particularly the first one, when I'd been working hard to develop my business and I was trying to get as fit as I could be in the gym and run marathons and things, and life was seemingly going alright, and then all of a sudden your world is just like ripped apart because I found my girlfriend cheating on me, and it absolutely tore me apart, to be honest. And it puts you in this position where you question everything in life. You question, what did you do wrong? Why am I not good enough? Like, why did she have to go off with somebody else? Like, what caused that to happen? And it puts you in a perspective where you're like, am I not lean enough? Am I not big enough? Should I have been, more of a dick so that then, I don't know, because seemingly like being nice wasn't good enough. And you ask yourself all of these things which ultimately like are negative thoughts and they pull you down. But then ultimately, the whole time I was ticking along with fitness in the background and I was able to train. And that really ultimately got me through things, because I look back now and I think it gave me focus. Like, when I was feeling shit about myself, I was able to get in the gym and go, do you know what? I'm going to change my body and I'm going to make myself feel better, because I can get in there, and the only person who can tell me that I can't work hard enough is me. Like, I wanted to get in that gym, bust my ass off for weeks, change my body, change how I looked and felt about myself, and build my confidence back up. And I was able to do that, and it pulled me around the corner of that time when I was just broken up with, my fiance at the time. And it got me out of that kind of dark place, and it enabled me to work through that patch, and then subsequently like a very similar thing happened a couple of years later with my next girlfriend, and that kind of brought me back down again. And what I've realised is, not only like in my personal life where I feel like, am I doing the right things all the time, or am I good enough, and all of these things which you kind of ask yourself, and I know everyone asks these questions. The fitness has always been there to be able to go, just get in that gym. If you're having a shit day, if you're having a bad period, and you just bust a good workout out for that moment, that little time that you're there, you're able to have that little win. It makes you just feel like you've got that purpose and you've got that ability to get around anything. And it's always done that for me, whether that was when I was a kid, like playing football and not even realising at the time what it was doing for me. Or when my teacher's saying, you need to focus on something or you're going to be like lost. And then it gives me that chance to focus on fitness and football at the time, when I was able to just work as hard as I could, and that mentality went into my academics, which has enabled me to get the jobs I've got now. And then more recently, just when you feel like you don't know what you're doing in life, sometimes like I've been at crossroads, even recently, just not really knowing whether I'm doing the right things, or should I move? Should I start fresh? Should I do something different? I still don't have a girlfriend, and I don't worry about that now, and I realise that I have an amazing life, and I would love to be with someone, but I'm okay because I know that I've got great friends and family around me, my business is doing really well, and I love the fitness. Like, when I get in that gym, at the end of the day, and I can bust the workout and really ultimately make myself feel great for that moment, all that does is it makes me happy. It makes me want to get into the gym again the next day, and or go out for a run, whatever it might be. When I complete a challenge, like anything to do with fitness, like it's so hard for it to not help you, and it's hard to explain all these things, and none of them are like, you know, I don't want, it's not here to kind of make people think, you know, oh, Terry's not got a girlfriend, or he's sad, or anything like that. It's not. It's all about, like, if I do my job, because if I can give somebody a little bit of what I have, and that ability to always turn to fitness, because I love it so much, and to impart that knowledge on somebody else who is going through some shit, like whether that's a family member, or has passed away, or a relationship of their own, or anything at all, like if I can help someone learn that ability to enjoy fitness and get all the benefits from it psychologically, like mentally, emotionally, and physically, and they're able to, you know, use that to better their life, that is why I do what I do, because I see what it does for me every single day. I can be having the most shit day, and as long as I can turn up and show up and get in the gym, it turns my day around, you know, whether it's work crap that's going on, or relationships, or not, or whatever it might be. I've always got that fitness there, and it's been there ever since the start of life, really. And that's, I guess, I just wanted to share that with you, because not many people know necessarily why I do what I do. It is a job to me, personal training. It is a job where I help other people every day, and sometimes that's the hard part, is that you're helping everyone else, so you don't have the energy to help yourself. But I've learned over time to be able to do this, and it's always the thing that helps me progress in life, or get around these corners when you're not feeling great about yourself, or, you know, your life is in a bit of a tricky patch. And so hopefully by sharing this, like, some of you, it will resonate with some of you, so that you can also, you know, understand what it might do for you, and you don't even realize it. And so rather than not wanting to go out for that run or get in the gym, you'll do it because you know how much it helps you. So yeah, if any of that has resonated with you, and you can relate to anything I've been saying today, please just reach out, give me a message, like direct message me, or comment in the comments. I would love to hear what fitness does for you, and why you guys get involved in it as well, because I'm sure, you know, it helps me every day, and I couldn't ask to be in a better job and be in a position where I get to do what I love every single day. So yeah, please reach out. I would love to hear from many of you. If you've got anything to share on this, or if it's helped you through a tricky patch in your life, then please reach out. Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of the week, guys, and thanks for listening.